What's up, guys? Ciao, ciao. Walter and Dario. How you doing, guys?
Ciao,
Ciao.
Kevin. How are you?
Doing well. Thank you so much for joining me on IANO in Buffalo, New York.
Thank you so much for having us. It's quite an honor. You had some big names on your podcast.
Thank you. You know, it really shows a lot of character of those musicians and those people I admire, such as yourselves, to take the time to come on. So much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Let's start off with a little cheers right at the top of the episode, guys. Cheers. And you're in Italy right now, right? I take it? Rome?
Yeah, close to Rome, near Rome. Yeah.
Near Rome.
Yeah, actually, it's Avezzano. The name of the town is Avezzano.
Avezzano.
It's in between Collelongo and Tagliacozzo.
Okay, gotcha.
I
I am 50% Sicilian, although I look the Austrian part like my twin brother in Athens, Greece, but I don't know any Italian guys, so just bear with.
If you want to come, you're welcome. Also in the Middle Italy now.
Yes. If I'm ever out that way, we'll grab beers or something. But
Absolutely.
cheers! You got a new record coming out September the 24th. Square One. Right on, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I had a good workout about an hour ago, so I'm just having my little recovery shake. Yeah. But so I like to start off with a fact of the day, a little musical fact of the day. Pink Floyd's "Wish You Were Here" record was dropped in 1975, and today, September the 1st in 76, it was still on the charts in the UK. And you guys,
Unbelievable.
I know, man. Amazing record. You guys like Pink Floyd, David Gilmour, Syd Barrett?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right.
Great music, great legacy, great progressive band. They've been very influential to every musician, I think.
Yes.
Yeah, especially in the prog.
Yes.
Especially for the musician.
Has Headless ever covered Pink Floyd, fooling around in the rehearsal studio or on stage?
No, I don't think so, but
I think you did it some time by yourself.
yeah, maybe,
Yeah.
in the past. And we have a school of music together. We run a little company. It's a school where we teach electric guitar, and we often find ourselves teaching Pink Floyd classics to the students, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
School of Rock, right? You guys are changing lives, teaching the guitar to students in Italy.
Yes, it's a cool business. It's something that for us is very friendly and joyful in a way. We love very much to share our little knowledge with our students, with our pupils.
And of course, by playing note for note the classics, we learn a lot. We absorb a lot of interesting stuff for ourselves, also as composers, of course.
Yeah,
Sure. You guys are obviously very, very talented, and you definitely have a bag of tricks, if you will, to share with your students. I don't know the guitar really. I bash in my drums with my buddy Chucky here. But I wanted to show you something real quick. I know you guys are just great guitarists, but this is not behind glass yet. This is a Jimmy Page and Robert Plant signed guitar.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And I always
How
like,
do you have that?
oh, you know, it was Nebworth 1975 or something. No, my uncle won it in an auction, and my young brother Leonard, he's at Penner Ash Winery Vineyards in just outside of Portland, Oregon, and I'm keeping this for him. So it's got the certificate right there. Wanted to show you a little piece of guitar history that I knew you guys would appreciate there.
Yeah, you should keep it in a safe place.
I know. Hey, someday I got to get that shit up behind glass somewhere. Today's quote, I'd like to have a little quote of the day. I'm quoting one of my all-time favorite rock and roll lyrics, Overkill by Motörhead. Know your body made to move, feel it in your guts. Rock and roll ain't worth the name if it don't make you strut.
Yeah.
Love your taste in music. I feel it. All the guests that I've had on the podcast feels it. And I'm so happy to be continue introducing Headless to the world. Just listening to a bunch of your stuff. We got Walter CIANCIUSI.
Yes, with a C, with a S instead of a C at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Walter CIANCIUSI.
CIANCIUSI.
On the right and on the left, you got Dario Parente. Did I say that correctly?
Yeah. Very good.
Headless shirt. I love your band's logo, by the way. It's very, very metal. I love it.
It's very 80s.
It's 80s. Yeah, it's got that Def Leppard, Priest, maybe a little Steel Panther kind of fun to look at. Your music is fun too. But Walter, you're from again, Collelongo?
Yes, that's the name.
What's Collelongo known for? Is that close to Rome?
Yeah, it's about 100 kilometers, maybe a little more from Rome. But to be honest, Collelongo is just a typically Italian small town. In that area, most of the population is devoted to sheep farming or agriculture.
Okay.
And we are actually quite famous for potatoes.
Potatoes.
If you're interested.
You like potatoes? What kind of food do you love to eat in Collelongo?
I like pasta and pizza, of course, but there's a specialty typical of our area. They are called Arrosticini. It's basically lamb meat on a stick. I love them.
Right on, man. That sounds great. I know lamb really flourishes in Europe and especially in Athens. My twin brother's grown a love of lamb. And you, Dario, Tagliacozzo, is that correct?
Yeah. It's another small town near Rome, and it's maybe in our area is one of the most beautiful places.
Yeah.
It's
for sure.
Yeah, consider that both Joran Edman, our vocalist, that is a sweet guy, and Geoff Tate, they fell in love with this place. They really fell in love with this place, especially because of the architectural style of this tiny town, and also the nature. I have lots of I really enjoyed it so much when I was younger. I have lots of good memories. When I was a teenager, I had a lot of fun in this little town, and we even wrote a song about Tagliacozzo.
Yeah,
it's a song called Calf Love, a strange title, isn't it?
Yeah, well, all right.
I think the meaning is
not about Arrosticini.
No, it's not about little lamb.
Veal? Is it about veal? Like, oh, veal is awesome.
No, we read somewhere that the meaning is puppy love, maybe.
Yeah.
And it's a song about this place, and especially my childhood over there. And it's on our album Growing Apart.
Growing Apart. That was your comeback record after you guys took a little break, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sharing, man. And Dario, I hear you're a big fan of wine. My dad hosts a wine television show here in Buffalo, New York called Spiel the Wine. Yeah, Spiel. He's had Francis Ford Coppola on. He's had Larry King and Anthony Riedel and all these names, Antinori's. Big names in wine. So do you like Italian wine? Do you like California cabs? Like what kind of wines do you like to drink?
Yeah, usually I drink Italian wines, but I'm very curious about everything. So every time I have the chance to taste something else, I straight away go for it. And I have a great memory while we were touring Europe with Fates Warning 2014. We had a day off in Germany and we stayed close to the Mosel River. It's a place near Frankfurt. And I had the chance to taste a Riesling, a real German Riesling. And it's an amazing wine, amazing white wine, fragrant and, perfumed, but refined. We really enjoyed that day off. We drank a lot, I remember. Yeah.
That sounds it. You'll have another bottle, another mag, and just keep the party going, huh? On those days off there.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, you mentioned again the Tagliacozzo. I was surprised when I was in Bergamo, Italy, and Rome in 2014. We were at the Rock am Ring Festival in Germany and went to the mainland of Rome and Italy. Great beers in Italy. Some of the best beers I ever had. Open Balladine. There's an Open Balladine in Rome. Very, very good. But what's the coastal town? My fiance and I, she wants to go to Italy. She's never been. Is there a coastal town that you would recommend that we stay at for a few days?
Coastal town?
Well, I think Tuscany.
Tuscany.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also the area around Naples is very impressive.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Taking notes here. All right. Hey, Ashlyn, you hear that? She's working in the other room. We're working remotely. She's always invited to come on, but she's on a previous episode. So if you want to check that out, we talked about S&M 2, and that was awesome. And Metallica's coming back to the stage this month, September. Can't wait to see that. You guys are, of course, in a band called Headless, which I love that band name. If I was to be in a band, which I have a jamming group, we call ourselves Ichabod. So he's the Headless Horseman. And what caused you to become a pro musician? I mean, how did you guys meet? And if you just want to elaborate on why music for you guys.
Yeah. Well, of course, we all fantasize as children about becoming rock stars, living among women, wine, and songs. But for me, the point of no return was the day of my graduation, because I had always pursued a double track until then, by studying both at the conservatory and at the faculty of law. But after completing my studies in law, I promised to myself that I would never deal with law again. Then I get arrested. And so it was. The music completely seduced me, and it's still a battle today. But yeah, it's something that become absolutely necessary at some point in life, and it's not really a choice. It's like a destiny, probably. I don't know about you, but
well, honestly, I maybe didn't have a backup plan. Maybe I've been a little bit more crazy than you, but I seriously, I think that we belong to the last generation of people that maybe has done this job in a traditional way, because today, people really, it's very difficult to sell millions of albums, and then there is this new generation of YouTubers or social media characters that are going strong. So everything is completely changing at the speed of light. So maybe we are 43 years old. I think maybe we are the last generation of people that more or less does a traditional job, being a musician, playing live music.
Yeah, we started playing in clubs as the generation before.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, you guys started in 1996, was that correct? With Headless?
Yeah.
And you guys met around that time?
Yeah, we were at the same school at the time, and we played to each other some concerts. Then once I remember, I decided to call Dario, and I absolutely wanted Dario in my band because he was the best player around.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I did the phone call and he said yes. Okay, let's start this project, and we did it. We played together basically all of our life.
Yeah.
So we know each other very well. It's like playing the same instrument with 4 hands, basically. You need 2 of us to make 1 guitar player.
Yes. There's an attack that the twin guitar, the lead guitar, and the rhythm guitar, and there's sometimes they play lead guitar at the same time. You guys have a really fun sound. I love those twin guitars on Thin Lizzy or Judas Priest, Metallica. When you guys are writing music, you said you bridge those 2 guitars together to make 1. Is there one of you that makes, predominantly begins the songwriting process and the other one follows, or you guys just bounce ideas off of each other when it comes to writing some of those harmonies?
Well, I think our trick is that both of us, we love heavy riffs, but great riffs that you can remember, and but then we like to put harmony on them, and maybe we look for bands that are for inspiration. I mean, bands that maybe used to write on the piano, so that they have a more how can I say, open harmony. So I think that our trick is this one, having heavy, important, great guitar riffs, but then how can I say, trying to elaborate them with more complicated, maybe, harmony. This is why often we like to talk about our influences and put, the old Genesis albums, and yes, Gentle Giant, band like this. But maybe they started to write on the piano sometimes and not on the distorted guitar. So I think this is one of our tricks.
Yeah, probably another trick is that we filter each other idea.
Yeah.
So for example, if I have a riff or a melody, I play it to Dario, and I just watch his face, and from his expression, I can understand if the riff sucks or not. And the same, I think, happens for him, because he plays to me sometimes, and I goes, That's our composition trick.
Slash of Guns N' Roses, he's mentioned a few times over the years that, it's tough to make it in the business. You guys are just talking about it, but as long as you're passionate enough about it, you're winning every day. And it's pretty adamant with you guys. You wear your influences on your sleeve. And I just have to ask about, Hetfield and Hammett, or maybe Tipton and Downing from Judas Priest. What are some songs that over the years have continued to inspire you guys, from maybe Metallica or Judas Priest, or Thin Lizzy, those kind of bands, Def Leppard?
A lot of those bands, yeah, absolutely. You mentioned Metallica. I love the Justice album, for example, and one of my favorites is Dyer's Eve. Dyer's Eve.
I'm in here without you. I love that middle part.
Love it. We have tons of Judas Priest songs that inspired us.
Yeah.
Especially Dario is a huge Judas Priest fan.
Yeah. I think that Tipton and Downing, they really brought the heavy metal guitar Bible.
Yes.
And yes, I love, especially Sad Wings of Destiny. For me, it's
hell yeah.
heavy metal. You know, it's Judas Priest is heavy metal, and heavy metal is Judas Priest to me.
You know it. You know, Rob Halford definitely is the metal god. And before
Yes.
getting ready for you guys, I blasted some Painkiller, you know, Painkiller. And ever heard of Death's, you know, the band Death? They covered Painkiller. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah. I love that.
Absolutely killer, man. You guys are also into AC/DC. And by the way, your English is great. I just want to say that. You guys are doing a great
Thank
job.
you.
Thanks a lot, because I think that
we were a little bit worried.
Yeah, we were
it.
worried because the Italians are the worst English speaker in the world. I think.
guys are sounding great, and it's an honor. This is the first time I'm connecting with Italy on I Ask No One here, and this is just
we have some connection also with AC/DC, as you said, because I'm a huge AC/DC fan, especially a fan of Malcolm Young. I love Malcolm Young's style.
Yes.
I think it's the foundation of the rhythm guitar in heavy metal and hard rock is absolutely amazing.
Yeah,
it was absolutely amazing.
Very solid player, unbelievable. Yeah.
So we have a lot of favorites from the AC/DC catalog, but there's one song that I really love, and it's "Two's Up," the one that we have as a cover on the new album. I love I really dig into the 80s, as you can see. And so my favorite album is Blow Up Your Video. Nobody say that.
Nobody said that ever. Said no one ever, right?
Yeah. And the same for the Judas Priest albums. For example, I love Turbo, I love Ram It Down, of course, Painkiller, but I'm not so much into the 70s album.
Yeah. This is another difference between the two of us. He's more into the 80s, and perhaps myself, I am more into the 70s, and I am more the prog guy.
He's into leather, I'm into spandex.
Yeah. Also, where's your spandex? You got spandex on right now or what?
No, just jeans.
Just jeans.
Okay. Gotcha.
Those were the days.
Right. Yeah, the 80s. What's there not to say about the 80s and in the 70s too? You guys, who plays more rhythm? Who plays more lead? May I ask?
Among us? It's a 50-50 thing.
50-50, yeah.
Nice.
Maybe he's a good rhythm player. So on the albums, perhaps he plays a lot of the rhythms because it's very tight. It's very good. Being a Malcolm Young fan,
yes.
He's a very, very good and tight rhythm player. But he's also an unbelievably tasty solo player. So
yes, I think tasty is definitely the adjective to use to describe, Walter, your rhythm guitar playing. And I'm listening to some of these songs. Woman in White is off the new record coming out. I'll include a link below to that song, and Streetlight Buzz, which just came out. Again, I'll include a link below. It's fun. The music's fun, and it's really you say tight. It is tight, and I hear Malcolm Young in it a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Your favorite album artwork of all time, I see, is Megadeth's "No More Mr. Nice Guy," which I didn't even know it had an album artwork before, and I look it up, and I'm like, that's some pretty badass shit, Dave Mustaine, he was recently interviewed by Gibson TV, and Gibson TV does these really cool icon things. If you've never seen them before,
I watched them.
Okay.
Yeah,
very good.
It was a cool interview.
Yeah, I loved the Jerry Cantrell one. I'm a diehard Alice in Chains fan too. But Mustaine, he says the 3 top rhythm guitarists of all time.
Yeah.
He said, you know what I'm saying? He says Hetfield, which, all right, I'm a little biased too. I mean, no one's got that right down pick hand like he does, or the good. Nobody. Right. So we're in agreement. We're in agreement there. And with the 30th anniversary of the Black Album last month, that Loctite. And then he said Malcolm Young and Dave Mustaine as the 2 other best rhythm guitarists of all time, which I get
what
a
yeah. He included himself.
Right.
But
Walter,
he's an
are you
amazing
the
player.
Walter, are you the best rhythm guitarist of all time? I should have to-
No.
Okay, I'm just checking. Just checking. All right. Cool.
I'm
Yeah.
number 4.
You're number 4. That's it. That's it. Damn right you are. We had a recent musician, classic musician, Charlie Watts, passed away of Rolling Stones. R.I.P. Charlie Watts. You know, you talk about tight in the pocket. Amazing. And Walter, you mentioned Get Your Yayas Out. It's one of your favorite records from 1970. You saw the Stones in Rome in 1990. Was that your first show ever?
Yeah, Jesus, what a fantastic memory. It was my very first concert, and I was 12, probably. My father introduced me to the world of rock, and his passion for the Rolling Stones is boundless, as is his collection of their vinyls. We have a huge collection. So I was sitting in the stands and had no idea what to expect. It was my first concert, and when the fireworks exploded, my jaw dropped. And hearing those songs at such a loud volume changed me really inside. That's when I started fantasizing about playing guitar for a living. And when Charlie Watts passed away last week, my entire family went into mourning. We cried more on this occasion than for many other uncles and cousins, because it's a part of our family, really. The Stones and Charlie, of course.
Yes. Yes. Wow. My dad was touched. You know, for me it was Chris Cornell and Chester Bennington. You know, these guys. And R.I.P. Charlie Watts. Got a shit ton of music that he's recorded over the years to go check out. And Dario, your first show, was that Deep Purple in Rome as well in '93?
Yeah, the first great concert. And what a concert, because I've been lucky. It was the original classic lineup of Deep Purple with Ritchie Blackmore and Ian Gillan.
He was still in the band. Oh, cool.
Yeah, because I think that a week later, Ritchie left the band, and it's been replaced by...
It's because of you.
Come on, man.
By Joe Satriani, I think a week later. And but I was impressed especially by Roger Glover, the bass player.
Yes.
Because he was very upfront in the mix, and great performance, really. Yeah, great concert.
Smoke on the Water, one of the all-time greatest riffs ever written. And you got to see Ritchie Blackmore, and you guys like Rainbow, Stargazer and shit? You like the Rainbow Rising?
Absolutely.
Of course, yeah.
Walter, I know you like the 80s, but I got to say the 70s Rainbow is just a little bit better than 80s Rainbow.
But I like Rainbow too. Absolutely.
Yeah, right. So I got to go back to shows you've seen, because obviously in 1992 I was 4 years old and I wasn't able to go to any shows. But I'm coming back to you, Walter. You saw the Monsters of Rock tour in 1992, which was featuring Iron Maiden, Slayer, and Skid Row. How was that night?
Well, the bill was slightly different in Italy. There was Maiden, Sabbath with Ronnie Dio, Megadeth, but also Testament, Pantera, and Warrant. Was a very great mix. And I remember I was crazy about Maiden and Megadeth at the time. I was a kid, when I was a kid. But hearing Bruce Dickinson after Ronnie James Dio helped me put things in perspective, you know? After those Sabbath, that basically is the band that later took the name of Heaven and Hell, Maiden, by the way, without Adrian Smith, seemed like any small group, any small band, even to a die-hard fan like me.
You.
Yeah. So it's a concert that was attended by so many people of my generation. You can think of this. Any time today I meet a new Italian metalhead, I always bring up this memory at first because 9 out of 10 people went to that concert.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Everyone was there, huh?
Everybody. I got colleagues in conservatory. I got friends here in Avezzano. Everybody went to the Monsters of Rock in Reggio Emilia. It's crazy.
Damn. And Warrant played. I'm sure you like that. You know, some.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was soon after the Cherry Pie album. There was another album with a dog.
Eat dog or.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
They were great.
Right. Okay.
Well,
Well,
Pantera,
man.
yeah, surprise, real surprise. It was the vulgar display of power too.
Yeah.
Can you imagine it?
No, I can't. That's Pantera, Dimebag Daryl. Any memories of you guys listening to Pantera over the years, and maybe some songs that have influenced you guys? I mean, Dimebag's playing is just out of this world, huh?
Yeah, insane, unbelievable. I think that you met the drummer in the USA once.
Vinnie, huh?
Yeah,
during my honeymoon.
During your honeymoon.
In Las Vegas.
Were you in any strip clubs on your honeymoon or what?
I was at the Venetian in Las Vegas. And I saw this guy and, are you Vinnie Paul from Pantera? He said yes. He was in a row for a cake.
Oh, okay.
In a bakery. Inside the hotel.
Cake?
Yeah.
And were you like, oh, I'm on my honeymoon. Hey, I love you.
Yeah. I would have married you, but.
Right. Well, Skid Row was supposed to be on that bill. You guys have played some shows with Skid Row, which is pretty badass. When was that? You know, a few years back, 5 years back?
Yeah, I think it's been the first professional show that we did promoting Growing Apart, the Growing Apart album. And it's been a great show. And we played in Rome. We opened for them. We had the chance to talk to the guys. They attended our sound check too. Mm-hmm. And I think that the vocalist at the time, he died recently.
He died?
Yeah. I read some on the internet that the vocalist that was at the show died recently. Yeah.
I'll look that up.
Johnny Solinger, maybe is the name of the vocalist. Johnny Solinger.
Oh, that's too bad. Oh.
Yeah. Too bad.
You played some shows with Skid Row. Do you have a favorite tour that you guys have been on with Headless that maybe stands out over the others?
Well,
yeah.
I got my favorite.
What is your favorite?
Probably you know more than me.
Oh, the same.
Because I have a short memory.
Yeah, I think with Headless, we really had a great time with Fates Warning, opening for Fates Warning in Europe. We are still friends with basically the whole band. And they've been very influential to us. So it really, this tour still has a special meaning for us. And but I like to remember also the tour that we did with opening for Tigers of Pantang, a British band, and we had a lot of fun with them. Mm-hmm. And we still are in touch with the guys of the band. And yeah, of course, when we play, because myself and Walter, we also play as guitar players for Geoff Tate. So it's always a pleasure to play with Geoff and being exposed to maybe big crowd if compared to the crowd that we have usually with Headless, of course.
Maybe the best experience that we had on tour was during the Operation Mindcrime 30th anniversary tour with Geoff. Yeah, we discovered new countries. We played in Turkey. We played in everywhere.
We've been everywhere in Europe. Yeah.
And this was definitely a plus in our career.
Yes, of course, because he is our idol, and now we play in his band. So you can imagine we really you know.
Yeah, probably from the songs that you listen to, you can recognize
the influence of Queensryche.
Yeah, the influence of Queensryche.
Jet City Woman, I love that. That always gets me going when I hear that.
What a song, man.
Woo! Well, I wanted to ask you about that, guys, because you play in Geoff Tate's band as the guitarist, and how long have you guys been with Geoff Tate, formerly of Queensryche?
Yeah,
I think it was from 2018. 18.
Yeah.
18.
2018. Yes, we started playing with Geoff. Yeah.
Okay. A short memory. But we just played in Europe. So he has another band for the US. And when he comes here, usually it's our turn to step in and do our job as a guitar players. Probably it's convenient from different point of views for him, for his management. But I think that the greatest thing ever happened to us is the friendship that we now built with Geoff. And believe me, it's really unbelievable for us because he's an idol from our youth.
Yeah, he's been very influential to us. Maybe Queensryche has been it is our best favorite band, or maybe with Headless, we like to say sometimes that we play some sort of a spaghetti version of Queensryche. You know, so we really have everything he released, you know, everything. We even have his bottle of wines because he produces wine in Germany. We have everything, posters and the singles, everything. So
he was shocked the first time came here.
Yeah. You know what happened, basically, this is what happened. We had the same promoter in Italy, and he needed a band for a couple of shows because he's been invited to a couple of festivals in Europe, spot gigs. And so the rest of the band wasn't touring with him. They were in different parts of the world. So this promoter wanted to have Geoff on the festivals, and he said to him, basically, I can give you the band. And he called us. He called Headless, and he said, do you want to play with Geoff Tate, the whole Mindcrime set without Joran, of course? And we obviously said yes. And to cut it short, this is what happened.
Yeah, at the beginning I thought it was a joke. So after a few lows, even a little, and now I hung up the phone. But within a few minutes, he called me back, trying to get me to believe him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's so cool, you guys. You get to jam out and rock the world with your hero of your favorite band, Geoff Tate.
Insane.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. We've been invited to his birthday in his house in Seattle. And yes, we were like, you know, kids. We were constantly jumping up and down for the joy, you know.
Always taking pictures. Yeah.
Well, like I said, my twin brother lives in Athens, Greece. So if you ever go through Athens with Geoff Tate, just look for my face. You know, it's probably not me. It's going to be Ryan out there.
Oh, I think we played in Athens.
Yeah, we played in Athens with Geoff.
He's a fan of Queensryche.
Ryan is. I've educated him a little bit on the Queensryche. You know, Ryan, living in Europe the past 3 years, he's really gotten into techno and house music and stuff. And I mean, respect there, but I think he's gonna watch this. He's lost a little bit of his metal card the past 2 years. So I am the metal twin, right? That's right, Ryan. You know it.
Yeah.
Guys, that's so cool. Any inside jokes you guys have with Geoff? Any pet peeves of his that you care to share?
Yeah, we have a lot of fun with him. By my point of view, we share the same passion for wine. So there's always a lot of talking about wine and of course drinking too after the shows, of course.
Right.
And
in the meantime, I am taking pictures.
Yeah, when Mario, when Dario is out there drinking all the wines and Fate's Warning days, you got Walter taking pictures and just fucking with you, huh? Hey, we got Walter and Dario of Headless here, and also of Geoff Tate's touring band in Europe. Again, honor here with Kevin on IANO. And for every new subscribe, I make a little donation to the American Foundation Suicide Prevention, of which I am on the board. Lost a friend of mine and a cousin years back, so it means a lot. You guys, to our viewers right now, you're finding any value, a like, subscribe is always appreciated. And coming to you, Dario, there's a song that you like. Your favorite Headless song is called "Be Myself." What turns you on the most about "Be Myself"? Why is that your favorite Headless song?
Oh, well, to be honest, it's not my favorite song. I think it's the worst song that we ever wrote together as a band. Really. Because it's more an experimental song for us if you compare it to the rest of our catalog, because it's a very aggressive song, and but we wanted maybe to have a song in our catalog that was close to the style of Anthrax, but we failed basically because maybe Joran is a melodic vocalist, so it wasn't his style.
We tried to say to Goran, why don't you try to sing like John Bush? John Bush, and it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah, John Bush has got that.
Why do you write on the website that is your favorite? It's your favorite song.
Maybe there is a mistake.
Yeah, probably the solo.
Yeah, I could tell on the website you were bullshitting a little bit, because if you weren't a musician, you said you'd be a killer or something.
Oh yeah, maybe I was talking about the guitar solo because it's different from what we play usually. It's more, the classic thrash metal, speedy noise, so maybe I was referring to these, but yeah.
All right. And Walter, for you, you mentioned Frame. Do you like Frame? Do you not like Frame by Headless?
I love Frame. Frame is a song about the loss of a guiding figure, of a figure of reference in some way. I think Dario refers to the father figure, the lyrics. While myself, for me, it has to do with a relationship that ended in the worst way several years ago. But the meaning of Frame probably is secondary in respect to the importance of the song for the band, because it's a special song for Headless, because on Frame, the first solo is played by Jim Matthias from Fate's Warning. He does a cameo there, and usually is not so used to do such cameos.
Yeah.
So for us was a real honor, a real
it's a special song for us.
Yeah, a true friendship gesture from him, really. And I really appreciated that. So Frame stands out from our catalog.
Yes, and we never played it live, so we are very looking forward to play it live. I think it's also one of Joran's favorite songs. Yeah,
I'll include a link below to Frame and Dario's all-time favorite song by any band, "Be Myself."
Sorry, guy.
I'll be sure to click below for that piece of history. But you guys, you bring up these songs, they're forever. I actually have not 70. This is episode 70 of I Ask No One, and it's just, I get the goosebumps talking about that, and these episodes, they're forever. I can't wait to show my kids, about Headless and your music that you guys, it means so much to you. You guys get to share it with the world. it's forever. You guys got you guys are on that label. You know, it's really really cool. I mean, does that ever cross your mind? Like, you know, you look in the mirror and it's like, shit, stuff I wrote is now gonna be there forever. You know, it's
I
just
think it happens every day.
Yeah.
This is, yeah.
It is what I hope every day, because to leave a trace and have a legacy is I think is the main reason why we do this work.
Yeah. And I think it's also straight. It's weird, but it's also one of the main theme that unites all the songs on our new album Square One, because the meaning of the cover, there is a chair and a desert, and what we wanted to mean is that ourselves as human beings, we left only artifacts, and maybe we don't leave a trace. There's nothing else. So of course, music, art in general, it's a legacy. It's what we leave to this world.
yeah, it's a beautiful thing, and it's coming out of Italy. You know, I'll be honest, man. I don't know any. I'm totally uneducated when it comes to Italian metal, rock and roll. Just off question here. Are there some Italian bands that maybe us Americans should look out for in Italy besides Headless?
Well, I think that from the 90s, the metal scene really changed because especially in the progressive and power metal, subgenres, we started to have good products in Italy, and there are a couple of bands that are successful, especially in Europe, that comes from Italy.
Well,
come from Italy, sorry.
I want to talk about Sweet Oblivion.
Yeah,
because it's basically a project coming from Italy, from Frontiers Records, and it's Geoff Tate on vocals with an Italian band, and we do solos as guest artists on this new record that is called Relentless. But I think it's very impressive, the production, the mastering, the overall product is very, very professional. It's very, very international.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem an Italian production. No, it's quite international. Probably it's because of this guy called Aldo Lo Nobile that is producing the record, and he's also playing the guitar parts. And it's a good product that I wanted to mention.
Sure, that was Sweet Oblivion. If I heard that, is that the band?
Sweet Oblivion, yes.
Okay.
And the album is called Relentless. There's also one song in which Geoff tried to sing in Italian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta check it out.
It's called Area.
Area?
Yeah.
Geoff Tate singing Italian.
Yeah.
When we hang up here, I'm gonna put on some Area by Sweet Oblivion.
Yeah. You gotta do it.
And by the way, Operation Mindcrime, it's so cool you guys are playing on that 30th anniversary. A good friend of mine, previous guest, Mike Lane of San Pedro, California, death metal pioneers, detriments. We call it Operation Mindfuck. So for Operation Mindfuck. Mike. So yeah, September 24th coming up here. You got the new record by Headless coming out called Square One. And before we leave, I just have to ask, what are you looking most forward for us fans to hear what you have in store for us on Square One?
Yeah. Do you mean what we'll do after the release, if there are any tour plans?
Yeah, maybe there's some songs you're most proud of on this record, and then of course, if you guys are going to be touring, let's hear it. Yeah.
Probably my favorite one today is the first song, the opener track that is called A Leaf's Flight Path. and it's very dramatic, dark, intense, and proggy in his character. I think we did the wrong choice putting it on the first
at the beginning
as a first track at the beginning of the record, because it's a very intense song. Probably it's not so easy to listen to at the beginning, but I love it. I love it. I think it's one of our top achievements with Headless.
I agree. It's a great song. I was listening to it yesterday while I was driving, and yeah.
You did an accident.
Not an accident?
No. It was.
Oh, okay.
It was just kidding. No, it's a great song to me too. It's very 70s also, very proggy. But another song that I like a lot is Langeweile. The title is a German word, and it's a very progressive metal track, very complicated with a lot of
let's say complex,
changes.
complex. Complicated sounds
bad. Complicated,
weird.
Complicated, like the Avril Lavigne song, Complicated, or no?
Yeah, but it's a very challenging song. Yeah.
Can't wait to check it out, guys. Yeah, and the touring, you guys gonna release some dates here soon, hopefully in the States?
Well, we will be busy with Geoff Tate for the anniversary tour of the Empire album in March and April 2022.
Jet City Woman.
I'm studying Jet City Woman, man.
Yeah.
Every day.
I heard you today.
And right after that,
I love that shit. Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, I love Chris the Garden. And right after that, we are planning a promotional tour for Square One as an opening band for a big name of the 80s that is still secret. Fingers crossed. It's not Motley Crue, as you can imagine.
Def Leppard or no.
No, not so huge, but a huge act that I think would be a good surprise for our fans.
Yeah.
We'll keep a lookout for dates. I'm intrigued as all hell. And I gotta ask you, Walter, what's your shirt? What's the band name on there? Is that Annihilator or something?
Annihilator is a Canadian thrash metal band.
Never heard of them.
The leader is Jeff Waters. Now you got to check it out. And they are very aggressive. If you like Metallica, you will be absolutely
satisfied.
Blessed.
All right. Yeah. And it keeps me satisfied. I mean, I got I Ask No One is right here. That's the tattoo. And
yeah,
man, we could talk Metallica forever. And I mean, I got my Hetfield toy here from Knucklebones.
Yeah.
Here.
Is the first thing I noticed when we started the interview.
Oh, the toy?
I want that shit.
You know, I got my Black Album watch, love it. But this Knucklebones really does a great job.
Wow.
And I'll say, I mean, I know Metallica. I even know what James Hetfield's ass looks like in these tight jeans, and they even got his ass down pat too. All the detail. So it's got Lords of Summer on the back with Cliff Burton. Brother Cliff on the back here, and
wow,
it's just amazing.
Really well done.
Yeah. Great.
Now, in closing, just finished Sopranos. I actually had no life the past 3 months watching Sopranos, and for the first time. You guys like The Sopranos? You guys like Godfather Part 1 or 2? Any of those mobster movies you're into?
But Kevin, I know it's unbelievable, but I never watched those movis. Yeah.
Oh. Wow. Okay. All right.
But you did.
Yes, I did it. I remember that I watched them when I was very young, and I think that I prefer the part 1.
Part 1.
The transition between Brando and Al Pacino.
Yes.
The first one. I would go for the first one.
Yeah. Yes.
Why are you thinking about The Godfather when talking to Italians? I can see any relationship.
Yeah. Well, No accusations over here or anything. Yeah, just curious. I'm in a little bit of the the Italian kind of crime movies, Goodfellas, Casino lately. And hey, I'm talking to some badass Italian guitarists.
Yeah.
Godfather in that, but so cool. Next week, Joey Vera from Armored Saint. He's also
and also from Fates Warning.
Also from Fates Warning.
From Fates Warning.
Yeah.
Yes, I am pretty sure that if you talk about Headless, he would remember us.
Please talk about Headless.
Oh, I definitely will. Oh, you kidding?
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
No. We opened for him in Europe.
Yeah, okay.
Because he's the best player in Fates Warning.
Yeah.
And Armored Saint, yeah.
And Armored Saint, and when Merciful Fate come back around, R.I.P. Timmy Henson, he's going to be in the Merciful Fate band with King Diamond and shit, playing dates in 2022, and a new record per Brian Slagle with Metal Blade Records. He was on a few episodes ago.
Wow.
But this is all fun. This is fun. Your sound is fun, and I really enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for having us.
Thanks a lot.
It's been a huge honor, really.
Great. Well, to our viewers, stay happy, stay healthy, stay hungry, and stay heavy. And Walter, just watch out for Dario's, wine drinking habits. Maybe put the bottle down once in a while, huh?
Yeah. Hey, yeah, you should then.
All right.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.